of discussion these days. Social media, news programs, all kinds of things are these torpedo bats. Now, listen, it's because of the way they're shaped. That's why they call them that. But, there's so many questions surrounding them. And I thought, I know people who, make bats, and they're right here in Stark County. And so I reached out to the folks at Sabre Cat Bats in Louisville, and we have on our WHBC Newsline right now co-owner Rob Roberts. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Good morning.
Good morning. It's been a while since I chatted with you. I'm thinking it was like 2018, I think, way back when.
Yeah, when our Scooter Jeanette hit 4 home runs and put a bat in the Hall of Fame.
Yes. That was so exciting. I do remember that very well. All right, so torpedo bats. So tell me about these bats. Give me an idea of how they're made.
Okay, so it's a craze. Let's just say that right now. And Ellie Dela Cruz with the Reds hit 2 home runs last night, 7 RBIs, 4 for 5. So it's going to get even more attention and bigger. Actually, it's not new technology. Bat historians have gone back to researching this. This design has been in the works for a while. It kind of resurfaced and came back. An MIT physicist actually worked with a couple of the bat companies, and they designed with the balance and everything to basically change this for certain players. What it does is, if you really look at a traditional bat, the barrel extends all the way to the end of the bat, and nobody really hits on the end of the bat, right? So they did testing with players and see that most players hit balls 6 to 7 inches for the end of the bat. So why have all the mass of the wood at the end? So what they've done is taking it more towards the label, so the sweet spot becomes where they actually hit the ball. So you make the sweet spot bigger further down the bat, and then it tapers down and really takes the mass out of the end.
And it's different for every player, right? Depending on where they hit the ball normally.
Correct. So you could literally test every player and see where they mainly hit the ball, and then you put the mass of the wood at that spot.
So what's your thought on it? I mean, is this a good thing? Is it cheating? What is it?
No, it's legal. I mean, if you look at the bat rules, Major League Baseball Rule 3.2 says a bat can be 42 inches long and 2.61 inches in diameter. So as long as it doesn't exceed that, it doesn't matter. So I think it's a good thing. I mean, technology, it's basically common sense. I mean, you're putting the mass of the wood where in the best spot where the player's going to hit the ball, and I mean, they're seeing pretty good results with it right now.
Yeah, and like somebody like Aaron Judge, he's not using it probably because he's a pretty good hitter anyway. Yeah,
he's a massive individual. I'll say that. So I was at Game 6 of the Guardians and Yankees ALCS game, and I was in the dugout loge, and he was right in front of us, and I mean, he's massive. Now, I will say in that game, Giancarlo Stanton had a series that, I mean, he tore the Guardians up, and he was using one of those last year. So it's just not happened this year. I know he was using a Marucci last year.
Wow. And it was a torpedo bat, but nobody really noticed?
Yes.
That's amazing. See, and that's kind of what we thought. They're just starting to hone in on the players, and anytime anybody uses it, like you mentioned the kid from Cincinnati, anytime anybody uses it, they bring up howdy do.
Oh yeah. To be honest with you, I mean, we've received numerous calls on this from major league teams to actually like summer travel teams. So we have designed one. We'll have 3 models available. But the Brewers did reach out to our major league partners in Florida asking about this. So I think it's something that is here to stay, and as long as it's legal, it's like I said, it's a craze. People are going to try it. All the way down to the Canton Class A League, the Ohio MSBL League. I mean, these guys people want it. They're going to try it, and if it helps it'll be great.
Yeah, any way to give themselves an advantage, they'll try it. If it doesn't help, then they'll go. If it feels awkward, then they would obviously go back to their regular bat. My other question was, what about high school kids? I mean, maybe their kind of flow isn't even developed yet. Their how they hit the ball isn't even there yet. Would this be something that would disrupt them, or would it not really matter?
No, I honestly, well, the high school kids are all using the BB Core metal bats.
Oh, metal bats, yeah.
But they do train with the wood. I mean, honestly, Thursday, I think we're going to take a couple prototypes over to Louisville and let the kids kind of test them and hit them and just have some fun with it and see. I mean, honestly, you definitely can tell the difference in the pop. The biggest thing with bat manufacturing, honestly, is the density of wood. So every piece of wood's different. Every bat model has different different weight of the billet that it uses. And if you're able to use a heavier billet or heavier piece of wood to get the same bat out of, that bat's going to be it'll sound like a firecracker when the ball leaves the bat. I mean, that's the key to successful bat making is density. But I don't want to bore you with that.
Well, you know what, Rob? I know this is going to be a hot topic for a long time. All season, people are going to be keeping their eyeballs on it and then looking at the statistics and, trying to figure out if it's helping, hurting, and, that kind of thing. So I'm going to stay in touch with you and see how.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I am anxious to see how it goes as well. But I do think it will be it's a craze right now. I think people want to really try it, and that's why Eric and I have developed or designed a couple models, and actually our plans are to design them for youth as well, just to see if we can capitalize on the craze.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, very cool. This is Rob Roberts, Sabre Cat Bats in Louisville. Awesome stuff. I'm so glad you could come on with me this morning. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.